So let's dive into a story that literally spans the multiverse. It's a story about massive pride, a pretty unique punishment, and a love that ends up becoming the most powerful weapon in all of creation. And believe me, it all kicks off with one single, devastating command.
That's it. Just 2 words, spoken by the Creator, Yahuah. But with just those 2 words, an entire universe of conflict, pain, and eventual redemption is set in motion. This right here, this is the moment that changes everything for one of heaven's mightiest warriors.
So who is this angel? His name is Roman. And you have to understand, he wasn't just any angel. He was the sword of heaven. Fierce, powerful, wings literally edged with fire. But he had this hunger for more dominion, for his own glory. He challenged the Most High. And for that pride, he was handed a punishment that was so much worse than just death.
And this is where you really see the core dynamic of the whole story. You've got Roman on one side, all celestial fire, pride, and this drive for power. But his punishment, well, it ties his fate directly to Claudia. She's a mortal healer, and she's defined by everything he's not: humility, service, love. They are complete and total opposites. But as you'll see, they're like 2 sides of the same coin.
And listen to how specific this punishment is. This isn't just a simple, you're banished kind of deal. No. He's thrown into the multiverse, completely stripped of his power and forced into this fragile human body. And on top of that, he's cursed with this burning physical desire that only one person in all of existence can soothe. That person, Claudia, becomes his ultimate test. The only way out? He has to learn to love her with true humility. If he can't, he's broken forever. Talk about personal stakes, right?
So Roman's fall isn't into some empty void. He wakes up completely broken, totally powerless, literally in the ashes of an old battlefield. And it's right there, at his absolute lowest point, that his destiny, well, it finds him.
So when Roman, still full of all that angelic pride and rage, asks Claudia why on earth she would help a bloody, broken stranger, this is her answer. Her faith is just that simple, that direct. It's unshakable. She doesn't see a monster, she sees a task that Yahuah has given her. And for her, that's really all that matters.
You can just feel the war going on inside Roman's head here. He knows, deep down, he needs her to survive this curse. But his pride just twists that need into humiliation. And what's worse, his new mortal body is screaming with this intense desire for her, a hunger he sees as a weakness, as temptation. He hasn't figured out yet that this is the path. This temptation is actually his only way out.
Now, let's flip the script and see it from Claudia's side. She's got her own conflict going on. Make no mistake, she's not naive. She sees the fire in him, the violence, and it scares her. But at the same time, there's this undeniable pull, this spiritual connection almost, like their souls recognize each other. She's trusting the plan, even while she's praying for protection from the very person she's supposed to heal.
Okay, so just when you think they might have a single second to figure out this intense, complicated connection between them, nope. The multiverse has other plans. Their journey gets violently interrupted, and suddenly they're being pulled into trials across all these different universes, forcing them to rely on each other not just to heal, but to literally stay alive.
And look how dramatically these challenges ramp up. I mean, it starts small, mortal bandits. Okay, maybe manageable. But then, bam, they're fighting Malachi, a master of illusion who messes with your head. Then it's whole demonic armies led by a being named Erubabell. And if that wasn't enough, they end up facing the ancient, world-shattering giants themselves. The scale just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And it's through all this fighting that something just clicks into place. Roman learns that his old way of doing things, brute force, is totally useless now. Real strength is found in protecting Claudia. And at the same time, Claudia discovers her faith isn't just some passive belief, it can be an active, powerful weapon. Their unity, their love, becomes this tangible force, a literal shield that's stronger than any angelic sword he ever wielded.
And pretty soon, this thing gets way bigger than just the 2 of them. Their bond and the cosmic-level threat from villains like Malachi and the even more powerful Erubabell, it gets the attention of the heavens. We're past one angel's redemption story now. This has become an all-out war for the fate of the entire multiverse.
And you know it's a serious war when the backup arrives. And what a backup it is. We're talking the big guns here. Archangels like Uriel, Raguel, and Gabriel come down. They're joined by legendary figures like King David, brought back as a divine warrior, and Enoch, the ancient protector. The heavens have officially entered the chat.
But the craziest part? The real game changer in this entire war is a weapon that hasn't even been born yet. That's right, Claudia is pregnant, and their child has this latent divine power that just radiates from her. Its light becomes a beacon, blinding giants, confusing demons. It's a pure force that darkness just can't handle.
So you have all these forces coming together, right? The divine, the mortal, and this new life growing between them, it all converges for one final, reality-shattering showdown that's going to decide not only Roman's fate, but the fate of all creation.
And the climax is just this incredible symphony of power. You've got Roman's celestial fire, now tempered and controlled by love. You have Claudia's healing light, transformed into a protective force. You've got the might of the angels and heroes. And then this pure, radiant energy from their child. All of it hits at once, in one single unified blast that just overwhelms Erubabell and Malachi and cleanses the multiverse of their darkness for good.
And this, right here, reveals what his redemption was really all about. See, Roman's reward wasn't getting his wings back or returning to his former glory, no. His journey is complete the moment he holds his newborn son. The prideful warrior who wanted dominion over everything has been totally transformed into a humble partner and a loving father. He didn't reclaim his old legacy, he forged a brand new one.
So after all of that, the angels, the demons, the multiverse hopping, what's the big takeaway? It actually boils down to something incredibly profound, but also very simple. Roman's fall was all about pride. His strength was useless until he found humility. And his redemption wasn't won in some grand battle, it was found in love. A love that forced him to serve, to protect, and to finally let go of his ego. That's the heart of it all.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. This story uses giants and demons to represent these huge struggles. But if you strip all that away, it's asking a really compelling question about our own lives. What are our internal battles of pride versus humility? And where might our own path to redemption actually lie?